Welcome back! My name is BALLERSCUBA. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1982. Today, we're going to talk about Choplifter. The story of Choplifter starts with Dan Gorlin. Dan Gorlin was working at the Rand Corporation on artificial intelligence when his grandfather let him borrow an Apple II computer. Gorlin started experimenting with an animated helicopter. Gorlin had originally wanted to create a 3D game, but limitations on the hardware forced the game to remain in 2D. Gorlin then added scenery, tanks, and planes. Gorlin approached Broderbund Software with the game. Broderbund is an American video game developer and publisher. Broderbund was founded in 1980 by brothers Doug and Gary Carlston. The purpose of the company was to market the video game Galactic Empire, a space strategy game that Doug had created in 1979. Broderbund felt that the game Dan Gorlin made was more of a helicopter simulation game than an action game. So the game was redesigned. Broderbund would help make the controls of the helicopter itself smoother. Gorlin, having heard about Defender, decided to play with the concept of rescuing hostages. While this may seem topical due to the Iran hostage crisis ending in 1981, Gorlin has stated that he did not consider current events when creating the game. Choplifter is a scrolling shooter in which the player plays as a helicopter pilot. The player must rescue the hostages from the evil bungling empire. The player must then bring them back while avoiding tanks and other enemies. The hostages can be shot by both the enemies and the player, so extra care must be taken with the hostages. Choplifter was published by Broderbund in May 1982 for Apple II computers. That is the short backstory to Choplifter. With that now told, it's time to play the game for ourselves. And here we are in the game. This is Choplifter. As you can see, our mission is to rescue the hostages. When the computer controls the chopper, it's quite smooth. When I will be controlling it, it won't look as pretty. I am not very good at this game. I'm getting a little bit better. I've been practicing a bit to try to put up a decent showing at this, but don't expect much from me here. As you can see, you just go get the hostages, bring them back to the good old United States base, and as you can see, Broderbund Software presents Choplifter. And we even get Dan Gorlin's name on there on the copyright. That's always nice to see. And yes, it is pronounced Broderbund. There is a slash through the O, and that is how I am told they would like that pronounced, is Broderbund, not Broderbund, the way that I always pronounced it as a kid. All right, so let's get into the game. It's going to be dicey here. I do have the sound kind of going here. It's kind of a janky setup, but I got it working, I think. All right, so like I said, I'm not as smooth here. I'm looking for a tank at this point. They should be somewhere around here. Where is it? There's one. All right, so in order for that to happen, you kind of have to turn to face the camera. Then you can actually defeat the tank. And you have to be perfectly flat in order for the hostages to get on board. That is good enough. Let's get out of here. You can just fly backwards. There's no point in necessarily turning around this first time out. All right, we'll try to be careful here. There we go. And we have rescued 4 hostages. Very nice. All right, let's head out, and we're going to go especially slow this time because at this point, not only are there tanks, there should be planes coming at me after I rescue a couple. There's one. Oh, we have more tanks. So yeah, the planes start coming at you. Oh, there we go. Dodge those. You can attack the planes as well. I am especially not good at that. I haven't figured out how to hit them without dying first. So we might not do too much of that. I'm trying to take out the tanks. It's not necessary, really, but they do get in the way. You don't get any points or anything for it. As you can see, the only points that you get are rescuing hostages, which are right here. All right, get on board, please. All right, I'm going to have to go. All right, can I take you out? Oh, but another one showed up. If you're on the ground when the tanks are there, they suddenly can hit you really well. As you can see, tanks on tanks on the ground really struggle with you being in the air, but when you're on the ground, they can go right for you. Get me. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. There's too many. There's just too many. Let's get out of here. No, do not hit me. If you face the camera like this, there's a better chance of you landing flat as opposed to when you're turning another way. I'm not entirely sure what that was, but it got me. Got me real quick. I think it was a missile. All right. Okay. Man, they're coming at me here. Not sure how much better I'm going to do than that last round. Okay, get on. Get on. Did I kill one? I think I killed a hostage. Okay, I'm going to have to go. I have to go. There's too much on the screen. That looks like a UFO to me. The UFOs are trying to stop me too. What did these hostages do? That we have planes, tanks, and UFOs stopping us. Okay, 2 more saved. We're up to 9. Nope. Dodged that. Yeah, if you face this way, you notice that my bullets don't actually go far enough down to actually destroy anything. You have to face this way in order to take those guys out. That took me a while to figure out. Okay. Get on board. No, they got me. Oh, they got me. All right, 3rd sortie. Let's head out. See what I can do. We have to actually go quite a distance. Oh, geez, they're out to get me. Okay. Oh, the hostages got freed from there. Thank you for freeing that up for me. That's the first time they've ever hit me like that. Did not expect that to happen. Instead of a game over screen, you get the end. The idea is that's supposed to be a little bit more cinematic that way. But yeah, that's the game. As you can see, I rescued 9 and 8 died. Net positive. You know, overall, we saved more than we killed. That's got to count for something, right? Yeah, I should try to do as much as I can on this first run before like the planes start showing up. Okay. There we go. Nope. Get him. Got him. Okay. Get on board. We're up to 6. How are you guys doing? There we go. No, I killed them. I landed on top of them and killed them. I call shenanigans on that. I was so close to the ground. Okay, come on. Oh, nope, I gotta go. I gotta go. All right, we got 9. That is a significant amount. And once again, because the planes aren't here, it's going to help out. There we go. 9 rescued. Why they don't just go for this thing and destroy it with all their firepower, I'm not entirely sure. Okay, they're coming for me here. Like I said, I'm not going to have the smoothest controls, but we're going to get where I need to go. Oh, no. Ooh, that was close. No. No, they're everywhere. Yeah, these are technically like the hostage buildings. I'm not even trying to hit the planes up there. All right. Are we good? They're not there? Usually they come out of there once it's destroyed, but not today. All right, I'm going to have to... Oh, I was in the middle of taking off. I was in the middle of taking off. And it got me. Let's try again. I think you can hold up to, I believe the number is either 12 or 16 hostages at a time. And got hit in the air. Missile came right for me. And then, oh, we're still on our 3rd sortie. So I haven't been able to beat 9. Let's see if I can at least rescue 1 here. But yeah, when you're shooting like this, and I killed one trying to show off. And okay, this game's not being nice to me today. We'll do one more run, but I think you guys get a sense of what's going on in the game. That was not good. I wanted to show off something, killed a hostage, then felt bad about it, and because I felt bad, I died. There's no time for feeling bad in this game. Let's try one more go here. We'll see what I can do. All right, we'll just turn facing camera. Facing the screen like that. Easiest way to operate. So we'll see if I can get 10 at least on this first go. There we go. And not kill anybody on the way. You almost got me there. I swear a lot of these hits land and they just don't want me to kill the tank yet. They just decide, no, that's not how this is going to work. Okay. I'm on the ground. We got 6. I can get more. And I killed him. Sorry about that, buddy. Should know better than to stand underneath me. It's not a safe place to stand. All right. And the enemy takes out 2 more. All right, 8, 9, 10. Oh! And they got both hostages. So I got 10. There's now 6 dead. Okay, that one's destroyed. I believe I have to hit this way. There we go. Come on, guys. Let's see what the max is here. All right, 16, and then they stop and tell me to go. That waving at me this time is telling me to leave. So we can at least get 16 here. And I can feel like I accomplished something. But it really slows down after a while. I should have parked a little bit closer. But it's a helicopter. It's not the easiest thing to control. All right, so in come the planes. I don't think that the UFOs are going to be here yet. I'm trying to go nice and slow. Because you never know. All right, got him, but he got somebody else along the way. Yeah, there's so many hostages. All right, got out of there in time. I'm just going to go back. 25 is a good number. I'm going to take that as a victory. All right, we got 25 hostages rescued. The good old American flag. I assume it could be the Liberian flag or the Malaysian flag, but I'm pretty sure that's the American flag. All right, and I got hit by that. Oh, that was only my first time out. That's right. All right, let's stay low. Yeah, hitting a lot of these planes isn't really going to do much for me anyway. They do respawn. They're just always there. Okay. All right, I took off in time. Dodged all of that. What do you mean I only have 2? Everything else died? Everybody else died. Is that what you're telling me? You're not going to get me, right? No. But that is, and so are the tanks. Oh, no. The computer can't handle it. The Apple II is not programmed for this many sprites, and down I go again. Oh. I'm sorry, but like 25 out of 47 is not a very good ratio for a rescue mission. I'm not the best that there ever was. And I was too high, and they got me right off the bat. All right, so that is Choplifter. Like I said, I'm not particularly good at the game, but there are much better players out there. But that is the game. So with the game now played, let's talk about how it holds up today. Playing the game today, I do think that it holds up pretty well. I think that the graphics of the game and the animations of the game are definitely the standout of what this game has to offer. The gameplay is similar to other games that we have played, especially Defender and Stargate, but I think that it does change the formula just enough so that it does bring a bit of a new experience. With that said, it did feel like the difficulty was a bit unfair, at least for someone that doesn't have a lot of experience with the game. It's difficult to really try to shoot at anything that's on the screen. The planes basically have to be all the way forward for you to hit them, and they're basically just there to shoot their missiles and then go back. As soon as they're not that full size, they are not able to be hit. And that makes it very difficult as a player to try to navigate through the maze of all the enemies that are on the screen while trying to get the hostages. Of course, the hostages are not always the smartest. They see a tank, they see the chopper, they're going to run toward the tank in order to get the chopper to land right next to it. That's not always the smartest decision on their part. It was also difficult to see whether my shots were actually going to hit the enemy, especially the tanks. It felt like there were a lot of shots that I felt hit the tank but didn't actually destroy anything. There's a lot of issues I had personally with the gameplay. With that said, though, I still had fun. It is a fun game. It is a slightly different experience to anything else that we have played. And of course, this was released on computers. We don't see too many computer games that are designed this way. It does feel short, but honestly, that's because I'm bad. In terms of the graphics, like I said, that's probably the standout of the game. It definitely is much more appealing than your standard computer game, especially. But most of the games at the time, this is definitely on par with several of the arcade games that we have seen. In terms of sound, I don't think the sound is very good, but it is there. There is sound. It's mostly just beeps and a little bit of a kind of a grumble, growl sound when enemies are destroyed. They're not great. I don't think they hold up very well, but there's some sort of feedback to what you're doing, and that is always nice. In terms of replayability, I don't think that this is a game that I personally would like to go back to play too often. To try to get better at it, to see how much further I can go, because it just kind of seems that there's not too much more for me to experience than what I've already done, just maybe a little bit more difficult as I continue to go. But like I said before, there are better players out there than me. I would probably have shown somebody doing better than what I am able to do. And that is my modern take on the game. Within a month of Choplifter's release, 9,000 copies of the game were sold. Choplifter was popular. The critics were also positive about the game. In particular, the animation and the graphics of the game were seen as some of the best in computer games. Choplifter would spawn its own ports, sequels, remakes, and even spiritual successors. We will keep an eye on these as we continue. As for Broderbund, this would be their most popular video game to date. We will hear from Broderbund again. As for Dan Gorlin, although he would continue to work in the industry, creating 2 more video games, neither would be as important as Choplifter. We will not be hearing from Dan Gorlin again. That will do it for the story of Choplifter for now. My name is BALLERSCUBA. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video when the future looks bleak.